If you're planning to hit the parks this year, stop right there, because Disney's 2026 security rules have a few surprises that could cost you time, money, and a whole lot of frustration. I've spent more days than I can count strolling down Main Street and chatting with security teams, so consider me your personal baggage scanner. In the next few minutes, we'll cover the 15 items you should leave at home or risk getting stopped at the gate. We'll kick off with a sneaky one that catches tons of people unprepared. Get ready for quick-fire tips, a bit of humor, and some jaw-dropping, wait, that's banned moments. Ready to outsmart the bag check? Let's go. Number 1. Portable chairs, folding or personal seats. Our first banned item is something parents and parade fans often don't realize is prohibited until it's too late. Portable chairs. Whether it's a little folding stool for waiting during fireworks, or a camp chair you're hoping to set up during the Festival of Fantasy Parade, Disney's policy clearly states that folding chairs are not allowed in any of the theme parks, water parks, or even Disney Springs. The reason is simple. Those walkways need to stay open to keep tens of thousands of guests flowing smoothly, and there are designated viewing areas with benches and curbs for resting. If you're worried about standing during the fireworks, stake out a spot early near a raised curb or a planter where you can lean comfortably. At Magic Kingdom, the grassy hub area near Cinderella Castle offers soft turf where you can sit, but cast members will ask you to stand shortly before the show. You can also ask at guest services about the Disability Access Service, DAS, if someone in your party truly cannot stand for long periods. They can direct you to appropriate viewing areas. Number 2. External microphones and influencer gear. New restriction 2026. We live in the era of live streams and vlogging, but Walt Disney World is drawing a clearer line between casual vacation videos and professional-style productions. As of 2026, security teams have started asking more questions about external microphones and large audio rigs. Shotgun mics, boom poles, and extended mounts are being flagged because they capture sound from long distances and resemble professional filming equipment. Some guests have been asked to return these items to their vehicle or hotel room. This new scrutiny goes hand in hand with Disney's existing policy prohibiting unauthorized commercial filming inside the parks. The parks encourage guests to record personal memories, but once your rig looks like a mini film crew, think big gimbals, wireless mic packs, and multiple attachments, security may consider it disruptive. Drones are, of course, still completely banned. Keep your gear minimal. A small handheld gimbal or smartphone stabilizer is fine. Lavalier microphones that clip to your shirt typically pass security. Want clearer audio? Record voiceovers later in your hotel room. If you're an influencer planning a sponsored shoot, contact Disney's media relations to obtain proper permission. And always be mindful of other guests' privacy. One of the reasons for the policy is that large mics can pick up conversations from people who don't want to appear in your video. Number 3. Horns, whistles, and megaphones. Disney is filled with excited kids and boisterous adults, but the company draws a hard line at loud noisemakers. Horns, whistles, and large megaphones are prohibited items. These devices can startle animals, disrupt shows, and overwhelm other guests. That means your vuvuzela from the 2010 World Cup can stay at home. Even small train whistles are frowned upon outside of the souvenir shops. Instead of artificial noisemakers, use your enthusiasm to cheer on your favorite parade float. During sporting events at ESPN-wide World of Sports, check whether you can bring small cheer props. The complex has its own policies. If you really want to make some noise, book a drumming experience at Disney Springs or at a resort's nightly campfire. Mickey won't mind then. Number 4. Realistic toy blasters and prop weapons. Newly enforced in 2026. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge has turned many of us into cosplay enthusiasts. But this year, Disney security is cracking down on realistic prop blasters and toy weapons. According to multiple reports, security teams are now stopping items that look like real weapons, even if they're clearly toys. Detailed replica blasters, especially those that mimic the look of film-quality props, can trigger secondary security checks or be rejected entirely. The reasoning is to avoid confusion or alarm among guests. Cast members told me that if something could even remotely be mistaken for a firearm, it's safer to leave it at home. This doesn't mean you can't dress up. Simple accessories like plastic lightsabers or foam swords are typically allowed, as are the Savi's Workshop lightsabers you build in Galaxy's Edge. But anything with a realistic barrel, metallic finish, or non-cartoony design might be confiscated. When Disney bounding or costuming, stick to soft props. For kids, the Droid Depot sells adorable remote-control droids that fit in a backpack. If you're attending a ticketed event like Mickey's Not-So-Scary Halloween Party, there are slightly different costume rules, but realistic weapons are still off-limits. And if you're unsure, take a photo of your prop and email guest services ahead of your trip. Number 5. Balloons in Animal Kingdom and certain resorts. Balloons are as iconic as Mickey ice cream bars, but did you know they're banned in Disney's Animal Kingdom, ESPN Wide World of Sports, and the Animal Kingdom Lodge? This isn't some Grinchy policy, it's about animal safety. The park is home to endangered birds and mammals that could swallow balloons or string. It's so strict that cast members will stop you at the gate and offer to check your balloon until you leave Animal Kingdom in balloon daycare. The same rule applies at the lodge because animals roam the savannah just outside guest rooms. If you're traveling between parks, consider buying your balloon after you visit Animal Kingdom. Or if you pick up a balloon early in your trip, ask merchandise pickup at the front of the park to hold it for you. Disney also sells light-up bubble wands and spinning toys in Animal Kingdom. They're safe for the animals and double as a nighttime parade accessory. Keep in mind that these restrictions also apply to plastic straws at Animal Kingdom. You'll only get paper straws or sippers without removable straws. At this point, you might be thinking, wow, that's already a lot to remember. Believe it or not, we're just getting started. But before we jump into the next set of banned items, let's mix things up a bit. Here's a pop quiz to keep your brain buzzing. Which Walt Disney World park has the most separate entrances? Is it Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, or Animal Kingdom? I'll reveal the answer after we talk about the next 5 banned items. And the answer might help you avoid an embarrassing security snafu later. Stay tuned. Number 6. Loose ice and large coolers. You're allowed to bring snacks and non-alcoholic beverages into Disney World, but there are limits. Large coolers, anything over roughly 24 inches long, 15 inches wide, and 18 inches high, are not permitted in the parks. In 2026, security is also paying much closer attention to loose ice. Bags or coolers filled with loose ice or dry ice are being stopped at checkpoints, and guests are asked to either dump the ice or return it to their car. Why? Loose ice melts and drips everywhere, creating slippery walkways and making bag inspections messy. Dry ice is a potential safety hazard. Instead, Disney recommends using reusable ice packs, which keep food cool without spilling. Use a small, soft-sided cooler with gel packs. Many Disney resort rooms have mini fridges where you can refreeze your packs overnight. If you bring a cooler to Animal Kingdom, remember that you'll also need to avoid plastic straws and balloons, so pack accordingly. And if you forget a cooler, you can always store snacks in a locker at the front of the park. Number 7. Glass containers. It may sound obvious, but I've watched plenty of families get stopped because of glass bottles or mason jar lunches. Glass containers are banned inside Disney parks, except for small baby food jars. This includes soda bottles, glass water bottles, and homemade salsa jars. It happens. Cast members will ask you to dispose of the item or return it to your vehicle. The safety concern is straightforward. Broken glass in a crowded area is a hazard, but people often forget because glass water bottles are trendy and eco-friendly. So if you're a Hydro Flask lover, swap it for a stainless steel or a BPA-free plastic bottle for park days. If you enjoy craft beverages, consider visiting Epcot's World Showcase after 11 a.m. Drinks are served in plastic cups, and if you absolutely need an artisanal cold brew in a glass bottle, enjoy it at your hotel room before you leave. Day drinking's okay, Sorta. Remember, Mickey pretzels taste better when you're not worried about your bottle getting confiscated. Number 8. Selfie sticks and extended camera poles. Yes, selfie sticks are still a thing, and yes, Disney still bans them. Selfie sticks and handheld extension poles for cameras or mobile devices are not allowed in any theme park or water park. Despite being banned for years, they continue to show up as security every day. They're like phone holsters, I guess. Do people still wear those? Anyway, selfie sticks become dangerous projectiles on rides and create congestion in walkways. Imagine someone whipping out a telescoping pole in a dark ride like Pirates of the Caribbean. Not only could it damage props, but it could injure other guests. If you want wide-angle shots or to be in the frame, set your phone on a nearby surface and use the timer. Many Disney photo spots have built-in tripods where cast members can help take your picture. Also, Memory Maker, the photo package, might be worth it if capturing professional photos is important to you. And for vloggers, a compact tripod that collapses to fit inside a backpack and stays under 6 feet tall is still permitted. Number 9. Large tripods and monopods. Tripods aren't banned outright, but there are strict size rules. According to Disney's security guidelines, tripods or monopods must fit inside a standard backpack and cannot extend over 6 feet. Large, professional-style tripods will trigger a security check and may be turned away. This rule keeps walkways clear and prevents guests from setting up personal filming studios in busy areas. I've seen vloggers lugging around full-sized tripods only to be told to take them back to their hotel. Save yourself the trouble and bring a small tabletop tripod or a flexible model like a GorillaPod. These can be wrapped around a railing for a stable shot and easily stashed in your bag. For group photos, ask a nearby cast member or friendly guest to take the picture. Many are happy to help. You can also join one of Disney's Capture the Moment photo sessions where a professional photographer spends 20 minutes with your group in a reserved area before park opening. Number 10. Oversized strollers and wagons. This next one has tripped up more than a few families. Back in 2019, Disney introduced size limits for strollers. They can't exceed 31 inches wide and 52 inches long. Standard double strollers typically fit within those measurements, but stroller wagons, those low rolling carts that look like wagons, are not permitted. As of 2026, security teams are being even stricter about enforcing these dimensions and about rejecting stroller brands that convert into wagons. Reports from guests this year confirm that certain wagon-style strollers are being turned away at the gate. Why the crackdown? Oversized strollers clog walkways and queues. They also pose a safety hazard in emergency situations because they don't maneuver easily. If your stroller is questionable, there are measuring templates at the security check. Disney rents strollers that fit the guidelines at each park entrance. They're single or double, have sunshades, and include handy pockets for drinks. Before your trip, measure your stroller and double-check the size. If you own a convertible wagon, leave it at home. In a pinch, you can rent a Disney stroller or use one of the third-party rental companies that deliver it to your resort. Another hack, bring a baby carrier for part of the day and store your stroller in a locker near the front of the park to lighten your load. Before we hit the final 5 banned items, some of which might surprise even the most seasoned parkgoer, let me reveal the answer to our earlier trivia question. The Walt Disney World Park with the most separate entrances is Epcot, thanks to its main gate, the international gateway between the UK and France pavilions, and the new World Celebration entrance used for certain events. Knowing alternative entrances can sometimes help you bypass busy security lines. Keep that in mind. Now, take a moment to imagine sailing through the Living with the Land greenhouse at Epcot. The cool air, the scent of herbs, the gentle narration about tomatoes growing without soil. It's calm, right? Hold on to that feeling because our next items involve some unexpected rules that keep the parks running smoothly and the magic intact. We're entering the home stretch and some of these might surprise you. Number 11. Drones, remote control toys, and other recreational devices. The sky above Cinderella Castle is reserved for fireworks and the occasional Tinkerbell zip line, not your hobby drone. Recreational devices such as drones, remote-controlled toys, skateboards, scooters, inline skates, and shoes with built-in wheels are prohibited. Drones pose obvious safety risks over crowds, while skateboards and scooters create tripping hazards. Even those trendy roller shoes can't be worn in the parks. People are often surprised that remote-controlled toys are banned. Yes, that includes those RC cars you might pick up at the Tomorrowland Speedway gift shop. They're fine inside your resort room, but not in the public areas. If your kids need to get some energy out, plan a midday break at your resort's playground or pool. Disney's Port Orleans Riverside has a beautiful walking path where you can bring bikes or scooters, and some resorts offer Surrey bike rentals in designated areas. For drone enthusiasts, the best way to get aerial footage of Disney property is to book a ride on the Aerophile tethered balloon at Disney Springs. You'll get 360-degree views legally and safely. Number 12. Wagons and trailer-like attachments. Along similar lines, wagons and any trailer-like object that is pushed, pulled, or towed by a person, stroller, wheelchair, or electric conveyance vehicle (ECV) are prohibited. This rule predates 2026, but enforcement has intensified due to the popularity of stroller wagons. They take up too much space in narrow walkways and can damage pavement. Even if your wagon folds up, if it functions as a wagon, security will likely turn you away. If you need to haul gear for a large family, consider renting a locker in each park or using a backpack with multiple compartments. Some parents find success using a rolling cooler bag as luggage at the resort and then transferring only essentials into a compliant bag for park days. Another option is to ship diapers, snacks, or merchandise back home using resort gift shop services instead of hauling them around. Number 13. Adult costumes and masks over the age of 14. Disney encourages kids to wear costumes, but for guests 14 and older, costumes and masks are generally prohibited in the parks. The rule exists so guests aren't mistaken for official Disney characters and to prevent confusion and safety issues. There are exceptions during special events like Mickey's Not-So-Scary Halloween Party and certain Run Disney races where costumes are allowed with specific guidelines. But even then, you can't wear anything that fully obscures your face or drags on the ground. Don't worry, you can still show your love for characters through Disney bounding, dressing in everyday outfits inspired by characters. Think purple pants and a green top for a subtle Ariel nod, or a yellow dress with a red bow for Snow White. Bounding is a fun way to express your fandom without breaking the rules. If you're visiting during a costume-permitted event, check Disney's official guidelines beforehand. Masks must allow unobstructed peripheral vision and cannot cover the entire face. And no capes. Well, actually, capes are allowed when costumes are permitted, but can't be longer than the waist. And no sharp or metal spikes are permitted. Cast members will ask you to modify or remove any part of a costume that violates the guidelines. Number 14. Unauthorized sales, solicitations, and commercial activities. This next item isn't something you physically pack, it's a behavior that can get you escorted out of the park faster than you can say Dole Whip. Disney strictly prohibits selling goods or services, distributing printed or recorded materials, or engaging in demonstrations or unauthorized events on property. You also can't solicit donations or conduct any kind of public performance without prior written approval. In recent years, there has been a crackdown on unlicensed tour guides and people selling custom pins or homemade snacks in the parks. Security will intervene if they see money changing hands or someone handing out flyers. If you want to host a meetup or group gathering, contact Disney Special Events in advance. They can help you secure a venue and ensure everything runs smoothly. And if you're a budding entrepreneur, consider selling your Disney-inspired crafts on Etsy or TikTok shop rather than out of your backpack on Main Street. Number 15. The wild card. Anything security deems inappropriate. Yes, even binoculars. Our final banned item isn't on any printed list, which is why it catches people off guard. Disney's rules state that they reserve the right to prohibit the use or storage of any item not listed that security determines may be harmful or disruptive. In practice, this means security personnel have discretion to deny any item, even if it seems harmless. A recent story from Disneyland illustrates this perfectly. A family brought a small pair of binoculars on their trip, only to be stopped at security. The guard questioned why anyone would need binoculars in the park and insisted the family either surrender them or return them to their hotel. When the guests contacted Disney, the company confirmed that security can deny items at their discretion to preserve safety or the park's magic. The moral? Even if you've combed through the prohibited items list, something unusual could still raise eyebrows. Instead of arguing, stay calm and follow cast member instructions. Ask if there's a way to hold the item at guest relations or store it in a locker. Above all, pack light and be prepared for unexpected policies. If you're carrying something unusual like binoculars for bird watching in Animal Kingdom, a CPAP machine, or a medical device, let security know as you approach the scanners. They're trained to handle special circumstances discreetly and can often accommodate you. You can also call Disney's Disability Services line before your trip to discuss accommodations for medical equipment. So, which of these banned items surprised you the most? Have you ever been stopped at Disney security because of something in your bag? I'd love to hear your stories in the comments, and your experience might help someone else avoid a headache on their next trip. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and share it with your fellow Disney fans. Make sure you subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss out on our deep dives into the parks, the tips that we have, and hidden details, as well as Disney history. And if you're ready for more, check out the video on your screen now. Trust me, you won't want to miss those treats. Thanks for watching, and remember, your adventure is just beginning.